Yeah, this son of a bitch recording just fucked up. Are you kidding me right now? Alright. Well, guys, it's MD865. Oh, God damn it. I want to get into this. Now I just have no motivation, so I'm just gonna, between coughing and everything else. If everyone doesn't mind, I'm gonna click away for a couple minutes. And come back. Fuck that shit. But yeah, guys, I said I wanted to get into the Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, you know, meta and all that shit. But before I do any of that, I want to kind of finish what I was doing last video. Here's the thing. People, the thing is, like, with what my friend went through, because honestly, I started on Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire before, and maybe the video even wants me to do it later, I don't know, or the recording, because it fucked up after, like, I did that first instead. So I'll finish this first, that way I don't leave it unfinished. So, like, with my friend, the thing is, when people do, like, what he did, you're basically in a phase where you're existing, and why do I still have these on? You're in a phase where you're existing, not living, and, like, you are in basically a perpetual cycle where you're literally putting yourself to the risk and the hazard of it repeating and repeating and repeating. And for everyone who knows the band Evanescence, they have a very, very famous song, as everyone knows, and I do say famous because everyone and their mother knows about it, I would think. If you haven't, you've been under a very large rock. It's called Bring Me to Life, and Amy Lee point blank said in an interview, and again, I apologize, I look fucking terrible. Like, my eyes, like, I look horrendous, and I know it, but I just wanted to make this video. Guys, mentally and emotionally, I'm so fucking drained. For the reasons I said in my last video, plus there's some, like I said last video, there's two people I miss a lot right now, and I really wish they were around, because I know I'd feel a lot better. Anyway, getting emotional and whatever aside, I don't know if I call it sentimental, I don't know what I call it. So this guy, basically, when you listen to what everyone else and their mother says, you are basically existing, not living. You are drifting through life, like, you're just kind of like, and the thing is, like I said, what his mother said, that had a lot of audacity to it to begin with. And the second part is that he just fuck. No one heard that. I didn't say anything. Okay. I messed up. I just honestly almost said one of two people's names I'm talking about. Fuck me. It was bad. Okay. Anyway, so basically this guy's mom was trying to almost make him in a sense exist by denying himself, not live. Because if you're afraid, because like I saw this video, even if it's family, sometimes you got to do this. You got to just almost brush them off, because some people trust their family more than when they go into something like that. Like I said, my friend, his brother, and me, he trusted. Like, well, after about a year and a half becoming friends with him, we hung out actually a fair bit, relatively fair bit. You know, Charlotte High School, like I said, we basically were kind of like brothers, sort of. I mean, because he's, what is he, a couple months older, a couple months younger than me. I think he's like 3 months, 2 months, something like 2.5 months, something like that. And his brother's 2 years older than me, so his brother and I became really close to that too, because like what I was trying to tell him, we're like, dude, like, you are who you are, like, it doesn't matter. Like, his brother didn't give a shit, and I said last video, the parents came on the verge of getting divorced like twice. They didn't, because the father was out of town a lot, the mother, you know, she always, I don't know. Both of them like to say to him, you know, almost like the guilt trip. You know, well, we were hoping for grandkids someday. It's like, you narrow-minded pricks. Like, that's what I wanted to say. Mind you, I had to have a fucking filter when I was around them, which I don't like necessarily filter on somebody. Some people deserve to have a fucking filter on. They deserve to be verbally bashed in. They do. honestly. Because if you're going to be that much of a dillweed, you're probably not a good person. Because, or you're just a judgmental prick. You're a judgmental ferrothorn. I'm going to say that every time I say this. I'm going to do that. They're clearly a giant spiky steel ball that you would never want to kick because it would feel like you're kicking a soccer cleat. So, and it's just, at one point, like I said in the last video, I think one of the last things I said before I went a little bit more on Mega Real Sapphire stuff was, I said to his mother, I'm like, you do know he's gay, right? At one point. And this was a little while after, yeah. Were we both 18? I don't remember anymore. That's how foggy my mind is right now. I'm so fucking tired, like I said. Cause she was like, cause he went out with a girl for a while named Michelle. Her name I don't mind giving, cause that's I'm not gonna say her last name or anything, but obviously, did my messenger app just go? Oh, my cousin, wonderful. I never should fucking download Messenger. I fucking hate it. It's so fucking annoying. That how the basic video describes it very well. I fucking hate Messenger so much. It's cancer. And all it was, literally, it was someone saying, thanks, Matt. Yeah. Whatever. So, basically, yeah. So, like, and they're like, oh, aren't you? At one point, I think both of his parents, I said, the mother said it more though. Aren't you still not the girl named Michelle? And all I think to myself is, anyone who goes through this, like, I feel fucking terrible for you, because like anyone's parents were like that, and if you know they're like that, and that's why you avoid coming out, I feel fucking bad, because like, I had a guy like that who I know in high school. I'm gonna be blunt people for a second here. There was a guy in my high school who I was damn convinced, because I I wouldn't really do this on YouTube, but I'm gonna do this. No, because I almost said something to him. Honestly, I was like, I mean, it's one thing, maybe put your arm around someone, like another guy once in a while, maybe you do this to their hair. That's one thing, sometimes to do that. That's what this guy did to me was a little bit different. And don't everyone get your fucking heads out of the gutter right now. People, oh my god, I wouldn't believe me if or something like that. I wouldn't be saying it, because that would be, and I believe he would have gotten dropped to the floor. Yeah. So basically, we're playing a poker game, and I wouldn't say never mind. The backstory doesn't necessarily matter. All it matters is it eventually led to my hand being stroked like so. Now, but this is when I had my head down, and I almost put, because for anyone who knows poker, I got rivered, basically. It means your opponent luck sacks you on the last fucking card and wins by that. Yeah! Best thing in the fucking universe. Not really. About as good as getting 3 free sacks in one freaking Pokemon battle. So, he did that, and I'm like, okay? At least anything more bizarre. Like, it even, so again, something like this, the armor, anything like that, that's more normal. That was not quite normal. Generally, I'm inclined to believe, like, A, not straight when they're doing that, and B, that they're flirting. Like, fuck. Yeah. Funny part is, I don't think until today, I don't know about the people who were here that day. Probably like 5 people knew that. Everyone else, and I don't even know if any of them have YouTubes. So that's funny. How they would see this anyway. Probably don't know I have a channel. But that's okay. Especially the guy who did it. I wouldn't see it. But he dealt with a lot of bullshit a couple years later, so I felt bad for him. And I realized he wasn't. He was just, I don't know what. Maybe this is his way of comforting someone. Again, doing something like this, like that. What is anything like, even the hair, anything else, like putting his arm around me, saying he's okay, but that's a lot more normal, way more normal. Of all, yeah, okay. Anyway, digressing away from that, because to this day I'm still baffled. And that's what, 7 years, we were 16? Yeah, 7 years later. Jesus. I mean, we were also young bucks, so who knows? I have no clue what the young saws bucks. Yes, people. I'm making a lot of bad Pokemon puns in this video. You don't like bad Pokemon puns? Get the fuck out now, because it's gonna get worse. I'm the slacking of bad puns. Yeah, that was the worst one. I'm also as modest as a Hydreigon when I want to be. Okay, I'm gonna stop. Now, I love doing that. Anyway, so what was I saying about my friend? But yeah, so, and I think it was always the big guilt trip, like, oh yeah, what is it? Plus, when you still live with them, I'm like, dude, then you gotta move the fuck out somehow. Because, ironically, a few years later, well, not even a few years later, with my first girlfriend, I was a little bit like that. I could get a little controlling, but there's a reason. When she wanted kids at 20, I basically had to have control of the situation. Because if I didn't have control of it, stuff would have happened, and then it would have been GG for my life. GG, because I would have no life. I'd be that movie Too Young to Be a Dad, but in real life. Fuck that. Putting it mildly. No pun intended. Wow, I've been making a lot of bad puns, haven't I? Anyway, I'm punny, and yes, I need to stop. I'm very low punny. I really need to, yeah. Okay. This is how tired I am, people. I'm going to bed very soon. I've been up since, God knows, I've been up since like 9, but that's not that, I don't know, that's not that early, but it's still early. I didn't go to bed at like 2 last night, 1:30, 2 o'clock. So that's relatively, yeah, 9's fine. Then my girlfriend texts me and is like, you want to do X, Y, Z today? I'm like, I have something to do way before that, and I'm be gone for a bit, so I can't really do it. And then like, there's like one coming. I'm like, oh my god. I'm thinking as long as she has turned one of my friend's girlfriends, one of his girlfriends. I think she's clean, but that's irrelevant. Oh, fucking god. If I could stop coughing for 2 freaking seconds, that'd be lovely. Anyway, where was I going with this? Oh yeah, so my first girl went with another friend who I regret this day. Like and that's the thing. When you're paranoid about something, and I was paranoid about losing people. You get like when you feel like everyone important just leaves you anyway, through it be death or through something else. Like death is unavoidable. I understand that. Like we all eventually do. I mean, that's not really a thing that we can get out of, obviously, as long as the sheer irony and the sheer oxymoron of it is, as long as we're alive, there's that risk. But anyway, it's like, because I admittedly lost a grandfather and a grandmother in the same year. Not on the same side, thankfully, because that would probably made it even worse. But it was still bad. It still sucked. It's awful. Losing, especially my grandfather, I was just pretty damn close to. And it's just like, tell you people, it eats you. And I'm sure anyone who's lost a loved one, especially when they're close to, knows that feeling all too well. And it sucks the big one. It really does. Yeah. So anyway, where was I? Oh yeah. So basically, yeah, and this is what it was a power play on the mother's part. She's trying to control a lot of granted, there are a lot of helicopter parents in this day and age, particularly mothers. Fathers, nor sons are a little more. And here's the other thing, and this is a stereotype, and I'm gonna sound like a dick, and I don't care, honestly, because this is a more true stereotype. A lot of guys, before they come out of the closet, okay, because I know, well, all you guys in high school are blatantly flaming. I didn't really, that's not something. I don't know how people tolerate that for long periods, is what I'm trying to say. Because, like, I guess I get how girls could, because, like, girls have a lot in common with them. Like, whatever. There's something, I love the girls who comment, I love it if a gay best friend. I'm thinking, well, I know a guy. And I was like, my Eve. And that was more stupid. He's got the stereotypical, almost, not stereotypical, but the, like, stereotype, the perfect body on a gay guy. Like, it's almost stupid. Like, you can't, like, help but be like, how? Like, literally, his stomach. Everyone take the superhero scene a comic book. That's about what his stomach looks like, and I'm just like, and I'm like, I used to bust my ass weightlifting and doing tons of different exercises of all different body parts, trying to get a great looking physique, and you get it so easily. And the guy eats donuts, he eats all kinds of crap. I'm just like, I'm like, and this is fair how, and I eat nice and clean typically, and with little deviation. Although today, let's see what I have. Didn't have much breakfast because I had a sandwich from Panera, and I had a fucking what's it called, chicken teriyaki from Subway for lunch, and then I have peanut butter cookie with that. But that one cookie's not that bad. But even then, I had a banana with the thing from Panera. But it's like, I had chicken cutlet for dinner. I didn't really have. I gotta have some vegetables or something in a while. I need to eat. I haven't eaten enough today. I just haven't been hungry. I've been so fucking stressed. But yeah, that's a lot. Unfortunately, people who run on energy drinks are like that too. That's what. Anyone, if you see someone, I'll tell you, with a monster on their way to class, let me express something to you. Generally speaking, to segue a little bit, they are not eating a proper diet or breakfast, period. If they're eating breakfast, well, I'd probably drop to the floor in shock. Because if you are, if you're eating breakfast, you will not crave caffeine and sugar to that extent. Why is it still showing? I already saw the message. Damn you, Messenger. No, Messenger, I hate you. Oh, my lord. Good. Oh, okay. So unprofessional. Fucking Christ. Okay. But yeah, the monster thing is just bad. But yeah, back to what I was actually talking about before. That's the thing, like, a lot of those guys will often have trouble with their mothers, and because they're either afraid of losing a connection with them, because they are already disconnected from their father, sort of almost disjointed from them, whatever. Because my brother's kind of like that, because his father was out of town a lot, whatever, and the mother was too. Actually, they're both like relatively good business people. They conduct like a lot of business out of state, and the thing is, well, that's a good thing. You also lose kind of contact with your kid, and you lose. And see, I think in translation, they lost that he was what he was and is what he is, because if you're not around the kid, how the fuck do you know him? You're the parents, but it's like, oh, yeah, you're sitting there with your mouth agape, like you're waiting to catch freaking flies, and that's a stupid ass thing. And the other thing that's fucking stupid is that they were even doing it to begin with. See, I really love talking about stuff because it really gets to me that people can be this bad and this stupid and actually just like, in a sense, not even necessarily get away with it, but more just like, if you really care, like you wouldn't care who they're with, what they do romantically, what they do with their friends, what they do with their life. I'm sure there are mothers out there like that. I'm sure maybe kids know subconsciously or just whatever internally in their hearts, whatever you want to call it, that their parents are being like that, and they just, or especially the kid themselves don't want to face it. In a sense, it's a security blanket. There are a lot of guys like that too, and even probably some girls, but girls to a lesser extent. That's not. I mean, I know how many. Funny, I've known two lesbians. Yeah, I've known like 6 or 7 gay guys, which is hilarious. So the ratio there is just for some reason dramatically lower. I don't know why, but yeah, I was trying to put that in a ratio. I'm terrible at math. Never. I'm not even try it. I'm not even fucking try that. The other thing I mentioned about that kid last video, he the other thing was that I really liked. It's like he's like yeah, I'm just terrible at math. I'm like me too, because I'm fucking awful. And like if you put anything in front of me above algebra 2, you put trig, you put any fucking thing in front of me above algebra 2, I will vomit to no end. Yeah. But sometimes burn themselves on my face, and that's why I sort of was alluding to last week of running, but also running from just like life problems, general family, whatever, relatives being sick, relatives dying, whatever. Da, 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 da. We all have escapisms. We all have escapes mentalities at times. It's a matter of when it becomes chronic that leads to issues. I mean, that's the thing, and that's what I mean. Like I should know I went through it, but like You look for that. I mean, I never mentioned I got back into Pokemon. That's how I honestly got back into Pokemon. Because, like, I wanted an escape, but it wasn't a permanent one. That's the thing. It forced me eventually back to reality, which was good. But it was a good stress relief. Because I had long lost, at that point, my love for gaming to an extent, and I wanted to get back into gaming, and so I did. Because, like, when I started college, I got fucking clusterfucked overwhelmed because I was that guy, that moron, well, plus whose advisor recommended I take so many classes. I had 18 credits. Do you know how many that is, people? Can you do math? That's 6 classes. 6. 6 classes. Fucking 6. These men, yeah, I'm a moron, okay? Baka. Baka, baka, baka. Yeah, I'm a fool, okay? That's what I am. All right, everyone get that? Good. I literally just said it in 3 languages. So if people don't understand it, that's your own problem. And I actually do speak Japanese more than just fool. I can actually talk sentences I don't want to, though. Now, because no one fucking understands, I'd be like, oh, MB, why are you talking Japanese? Because I freaking can. It's my channel. Shut up. I own it. But yeah. So basically, some people just run from it too. Like, and then if their parents don't want it and the kid senses it, it makes them less inclined to accept it, and that's a big problem. Because that's why I think my friend was also unwilling to accept it. But that's not a good thing. Got to be accepting of who you are, who you like to be around, who you like to be with. I know I've emphasized this a lot, but I know too many people have gone through it, and it really upsets me. Because like I said, I generally am a caring person. Like, and I try and help people if I can, and if I can't, it tends to piss me off. Because like in some way or another, whether it's giving them information or even helping them with like a game they like, or showing them something, or telling them advice. I mean, people ask me for like team building advice with Pokemon because I am a pretty decent team builder. I build very random fucking teams, but usually they work, which is kind of frightening to me. But in all reality, it is. I built a team with an assault. What was it? Assault as Mew. That's right. It was a special assault. No, it was physical. It was a physical assault as Mew. No one ask me why. Just don't. It is. Yeah. It is what it is. So yeah. But yeah. For fuck messenger. Fuck off. Oh my fucking. But yeah. So basically. Yeah. So yeah. Basically. That's the gist of it. And it really sucks people who are in denial of it. But yeah, I mean, again, I do like to, give advice, whatever, and that's why I've been talking about some of the stuff. Like, I know a ton of people have been through, random shit, and it just sucks. Like I said, and that guy I talking about before in high school who did that very random thing, he went through hell eventually with a girl. He went through and I just, oh my lord, like, now so I'm thinking, okay, good, at least I was actually wrong, because I was like, okay, it's a little weird. But yeah, so probably wrong because who knows? Some guys use them. Some guys use girls as what are called beards. They'll use them as covers. That's what beards are. That's what girls are known as when gay guys use them as a cover for their sexuality. So and she pathologicalized this guy. It goes on. She was fucking crazy. Seems like I know quite a few guys with crazy ex-girlfriends, including me. So yeah. So great. So, if someone finds any sane girls, please tell me. I didn't say that out loud. I swear, any women who watch that, I did not. I swear to you. I mean, I have a relatively good one right now, so I'm complaining. She's really nice. Like, it's very. Said some stuff last night that just really it got to me, and it's just like. Because I've been going through some rough shit, but. I don't know what to. And then it's like, so lately, last video, she's been. I don't know, but at the same time. I don't know. Our relationship's been rocky, so I don't know. So, anyway, guys, that's about the gist of it. This is MD865. I'm out of here, so I will see you all later. And don't let anyone tell you, like I said, not You know, to be a certain thing, be a certain way. You know, blaze your own trail, blaze your own path, whatever. Doesn't matter what your family, what your other so-called friends say. If they judge you, then they're not your fucking friends. And even your family, if you gotta, you know, they really care about you and love you, they're not gonna give one shit. Shouldn't anyway. But yeah, guys, I'm out. I'm gonna call my grandma at some point tonight. She's been sick. Oh my lord, never stops, does it, people? They never stops. But yeah, like I said, and I am a pretty good team builder. So honestly, yeah, normally I wouldn't do this, but if anyone's a member of the group I'm on Facebook and you actually know my showdown username for some random reason, and you want to ask me for advice, feel free. But moreover, if for some reason you are and you're one of the people who subscribe to me, which I kind of doubt, but if you are on there and you want to, you know, ask me for team building advice because you know my username, you can PM me on Showdown, PM me on here. I don't really give a shit. I will probably try and help you because I typically get my PMs and whatever. So I do enjoy it. Team building is one of my actually fairly strong suits in Pokemon, which a lot of people's isn't. Because I find the weirdest shit and it just works somehow. So, but yeah, like I said, I'm out. That's it. I'm trying to get some fucking sleep. It's not freaking high. Oh god, I must be freaking crazy. I'm out, guys. Peace. Still can't end these right, can I? Oh my god. You would think after how many videos, people, wouldn't you? It's never gonna happen. So let's be real.